Hello, it's Tony from the Sup Company. Tahe 10.6 Beach Performer Tough Tec. Keep watching, I'll explain. So the Tahe 10.6 Beach Performer. If you're not familiar with Tahe as a brand, well, they were formerly big. Yep, that's right, the same people that make the Biro pen also, believe it or not, make a huge range of water sports equipment. Now under the Tahe branding, yeah, and the board's pretty much everything we've known to come and trust from them as a brand over the years. And this is our best-selling model by quite some way. This is the Tahe 10.6 Beach Performer at 31.5 inches wide and 185 litres in volume. What's unique about these boards and this Tough Tec, this TT, Tough Tec construction, is really how they're built. Now, while like many composite boards on the marketplace, they have a EPS foam core, what's unique about these boards is the shell and how that's encased. So often, while we have a lot of people coming to us in store here and at our test centre with the aspirations of buying and owning a composite board, it really is a case of that we have to explain that while there are many benefits to owning a composite board over and above an inflatable, it's really the resilience of that, and that they're often almost an automotive paint style finish and construction, in that they need to be taken care of and almost handled with kid gloves. Now, while anyone would want to take care of their kit and make sure it's going to last them as long as possible, the Tahe Tough Tec is one of those boards that, well, it's just going to be around forever because of how they're made. You could literally sit and bounce and hammer off this construction and it wouldn't be phased in one little bit. And that construction really, particularly, you know, whether that be in a school environment, family environment, dragged up and down a beach environment, you know, it's just going to take those kind of licks and keep coming back for more without an issue. The only thing I'd say is the downside to that construction is the weight. It does come at a price in terms of weight overall. So this board is a 10.6, you're talking 14.7 kilos. That's certainly not a lightweight in this size of board, but once you add in the factor of just how resilient they are and bomb-proof they are, then yeah, it starts to explain itself as to why. But look, let's take you through the actual overall shape of this board and how it's going to perform for you out there on the water. And let's run from the nose down to the tail as we do in all of our videos. Now, as an all-rounder, you'll find that the board fills out its width very, very quickly to its overall 31.5 inches wide. And this board's no different in that sense. Small amount of rocker in the nose though, just if you are surfing this board, and it does surf, it genuinely does perform, then you'll find that's going to just stop any purling and just help you in the entry into a wave as you are starting out in your journey in surfing. As you come back down though, really clean deck, no issues there at all. The deck pad itself carries a fair way forwards. I wouldn't say you could ever nose ride this board, you could wax the nose of it, but it's not something you probably look to do initially as a beginner. But there's deck pad up the front here anyway. You've got these two recessed eyes in here. That's there for a single bungee if you choose to add it. So you can pop it across the front there. So if you are using this board in flatter conditions and paddling on a river or a lake, then you can do that and carry some gear on the front. As we move back down the EVA deck pad here, you've got the branding embossed into the deck pad, which is quite a nice touch on their part. And then we've got a vent screw here, and that's just allowing that EPS foam core to breathe. Carry handle in the center is quite nice actually, it's quite comfortable. And I think that's important given the overall weight of this board to actually have it in such a way that it's easy and comfortable to carry in hand. Makes a big difference getting this board up and down a beach. But yeah, the deck, no fuss, very nice graphics, the way it all kind of ties and links into the graphic on the nose, quite eye-catching. And then we've got another plug there on the tail for you to go and mount your leash. It's worth noting though that the volume and how it's distributed through this board, most of the volume is in the center. So it's in the core primary standing area on this board. So it's providing a lot of float and even distribution. The rails themselves are thin out towards the tail on the board. And again, it's giving that surf performance. But let's take the board and roll it over onto its rail so you can see it up on there. Underneath, no frills really. It's a very simple, flat overall shape. The rails do sharpen as they come down to the bottom of the board. Again, just helping to give that designed, slightly more responsive feel in smaller waves. We can now see the overall rocker of the board and how it's just improved slightly. And then as you work our way down to the tail, the board actually comes with a 10-inch surf style fin. It's a really generous fin length. So that's going to work well in also those flat water type conditions. If you were looking to surf the board a lot, you may choose to add thrusters, or some people call them side bites in the tail end there. And you've got 2 FCS boxes in order to do that with. And you will probably want to reduce down the size of the center fin as well, just to make the board more responsive and slightly looser. But there you have it. The Tahe 10.6 Beach Performer Tough Tec. I think if you're out there, particularly in a family type environment, or if you're a paddler on your own looking for your first hard board, at a price point that's really acceptable and something that's going to last and last and last and carry strong residual value. So when you come to move on to your next board again, then yeah, Tahe 10.6 Beach Performer. Thanks for watching our video. If you've got any questions about what you've seen, why not give us a call in the shop or head over to thesupco.com. To stay up to date though with all of our videos, well, make sure you subscribe up here and hit the notification bell. But to see our next video, well, take a look up here.